During emergencies, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency uses specialized equipment to monitor for chemical and radiological hazards that may be in the environment. Aspect, EPA's emergency response airborne remote sensing platform, collects imagery and gets eyes on a disaster site from a safe distance. This helps first responders plan their next steps to get the situation under control and make sure that any residents in the impacted areas are safe.
Aspect is an acronym. The A stands for Airborne. S stands for Spectral. That is a technological term for spectral imaging, which is, in essence, a fingerprint that helps us identify radioisotopes and specific chemicals. The P is Photometric. Photo means we take photographs. E stands for Environmental, which is the mission of the Environmental Protection Agency. And the C in Aspect stands for Collection. So we collect information on chemicals, radiation, and imaging, both infrared and visible. And technology simply is the variety of technologies that are on this aircraft. It's the only one in the country flying both chemical, radiological, and photometric technologies.
That plane will be up in less than 1 hour. That plane can be anywhere in the continental United States in less than 8 hours, and we're collecting data. We're giving it to the first responder. We'll identify and quantify what chemicals are coming out of the plume and give it to them so they know how to respond appropriately.
This unique, one-of-a-kind capability, designed in partnership with the Department of Defense, is deployed prior to major events around the country. The team takes initial baseline readings to understand the natural background levels to ensure the environment is safe before an event, and they remain ready to respond to any chemical or radiological threat during such events. Aspect is also available for collaboration on non-emergency monitoring and assessment projects.
Probably the first major incident that we flew was during the Columbia shuttle disaster. We were used during that time to look for pieces of the shuttle and also hazardous materials that may have come from the shuttle. Probably the next notable incident that we've flown was Hurricane Katrina. And we flew a sweep from just south of Baton Rouge down through Louisiana and looked at the damage. And we snapped an image of the Superdome that made it on the President's desk. Most recently was the Deepwater Horizon disaster.
When we were down there, we realized we were seeing something kind of funny in our infrared imagery, and it ended up being the oil in the water. So with some tweaks to our algorithms and in our software, we're able to actually identify thick oil, the recoverable oil versus a sheen.
You're going to see a couple different things with our data. First, you'll see exactly where the aircraft flew, because we collect a data set every second. The other product would be we could contour of exactly where the contamination would be on the ground.
Aspect has very unique sensors on the aircraft. The software is the backbone of the system, and it's how we process the data, and that's how it's all tied together. So we're enabled to process the data within 5 minutes and deliver it while the plane's still in the air.
We are constantly looking at ways to improve our product so that we can provide the first responder with a superior product and provide it to them faster. So from the time that Aspect started till now, we've gone from data delivery in the hours to data delivery in the minutes. And to me, that's the essence of what we're trying to do, is to provide that type of real-world, rapidly collected and disseminated information to those decision makers so they can use it.
Aspect and its team are ready to respond at a moment's notice to any emergency around the country. They're wheels up in less than an hour to collect critical situational information for first responders so they can make informed decisions to keep Americans safe.